Today we're going to go through the most important basic thing you need to understand when you upcycle pallets. What precautions do you take to make sure that your pallets are safe for use? Drop me a comment below. I'd love to know. So you thought about recycling pallets. You heard friends mention it. You saw it on the internet. You saw a couple of people on YouTube do it. The first thing that you need to understand when you're going to recycle pallets is how to read pallet codes. It's extremely important. The IPPC, this is their logo, publishes essentially a set of standard codes, stamps, that need to be on pallets. Not all the pallets have them. Look for this logo on your pallet. If you can't find this logo, and you can't find a logo like this, EPAL, and you can't find a logo like this, EUR, then this is basically a use at your own risk type of pallet. If you can't find a logo, what you need to look out for is MB, methyl bromide, or whatever way you pronounce it. Basically, it's a pesticide. They use it to basically sterilize pallets. MB pallets have been fumigated. They will be toxic. You don't want to touch them. You don't want to burn them. Not even outside your house. They are very toxic. Thank God, since about 2005, if memory serves, they're not allowed to use it anymore. So everything should be fine. But pallets that come from China, Asia, and I've been told in Australia and New Zealand, those pallets aren't even stamped, but if they clear custom, they will also be sprayed. So you need to be careful with that. So you need to stay away from anything that is stamped MB. What is safe then? Well, DB stands for debark. That's perfectly fine. But if you see a DB MB, that's debark and with the pesticide. So you need to stay away from it. KD stands for kiln dried. That's fine. Basically, that's a pallet that's been put in a kiln. It's not as good as heat treated, which is HT, but still good enough, and there's no pesticide. So there's nothing toxic in there. HT is heat treated. So those pallets are taken at very high temperature, which kills anything inside. Bacteria, bugs, the works. So those pallets, essentially they're as sterile as the toxic ones without the toxic pesticide. EPAL pallets are definitely safe for use. EUR, I would stay away from. And as far as those painted pallets go, there's some white ones, some red ones, and also some blue ones. Stay away from those as well. They can be full of chemicals. The paint is toxic. They are extremely tough to take apart. And technically speaking, they belong to shipping companies. 3-4 in particular, depending on where you are and what's the color of the pallet. So you will never get permission to take one of those pallets away because they're basically paying for it. They're leasing that pallet. So if you don't want to get in trouble with the law, leave those painted pallets alone. I hope this video has been useful to you. Thanks for watching. Catch you next week.